Hey guys, today I'm going to be reviewing the Tarte Tartiest Pro Glow palette. This is what it looks like right here. This palette retails for $45. Now, this palette, the texture on this, the packaging, is kind of like the NARS packaging, kind of like a matte texture, and I really don't like this packaging because, as you can tell, I've only used this a handful of times and it just looks dirty. So that is why I don't like it, but of course that's not what is important. What's important is the product inside and how it performs. Now, this palette opens from both sides, so like this, and you have got 4 highlighters inside. You have got a cream contour as well as a powder contour shade, and I have those swatched for you. Alright, the first one that we have here is Lit. Then we have Strobe, Fire, Stunner, the cream shade, which is named Shade, and then the powder sculpting shade, which is called Sculpt. So very pretty colors. Now this does have some micro glitter in it, all 3 of these highlight shades. The only one that doesn't, it's like a strong metallic type of shade, is Stunner. So this would be the one that I would use probably the most, maybe a mix of Strobe and Stunner. Just because I don't really go for that glitter in my highlight. But regardless, very pigmented shades, but swatches only tell part of the story. Just like with eyeshadows, you really can't tell how a product is going to perform until you put it on your face. So that's what we're going to do today. Now, I don't use cream contours a lot at all, but we're going to try it today and see how it goes. So I'm just going to dunk my beauty blender in there actually. And this is the same one that I applied my foundation with today. So just have a little bit on there, and this is the Ulta brand one actually, and I quite like it. There's nothing wrong with it at all. So it's blending nicely. My thing with a lot of cream products is that I feel like they kind of take away the texture, not the texture, your foundation once you put it on your face. This one does not seem to be doing that, which is surprising. It's blending in just fine as well, as you can tell. And what I'm going to do is we're going to apply this to 1/2 of the face, and then we're just going to see what a difference contour makes. Okay. Yeah, this is very nice. And this palette, it also smells very sweet. It smells like vanilla, which I enjoy. Alright, now for the powder sculpting shade, I'm going to use my trusty Wet n Wild brush. This is actually the powder brush, but I use this for my bronzer or contour all the time. And because it is dense, but it's got some give to it, so whenever you just place it on your face, just like this, it blends the product out so that it's not harsh, but it doesn't look muddy, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't go really beyond where you were trying to apply it. Sometimes when you have a big fluffy brush, it just kind of, if you have a powdery product, it really just seems to kind of get everywhere, and I don't like that. Okay, so again, we are just applying this to 1/2 of our face. It's pretty pigmented actually. Now with the way my face is shaped, I like to add a shadow just right over here. It just makes my face, or my jaw rather, not look so big, because I do have pretty predominant jaw, unfortunately. But makeup can help us fix that. So these shades are very pigmented. They're blending nicely. It does look a little like I kind of applied too much, like you can see that shadow there. So what I'm going to do is just kind of blend those edges. I'm just going to take my beauty blender, and this is a trick I use a lot. Actually, if I apply too much product, I'll just take whatever beauty blender I was using for that day and go over the edges, and it just softens it and makes it look more, you know, like it's one with your skin. Okay, so that is the difference, and this side just looks so much more slimmer, more defined. Now for my blush, I'm going to be using the Too Faced I Will Always Love You, and is this not the cutest packaging ever? It just looks like a little Polly Pocket item or something, and then you open this up and it's equally as adorable inside, so you can see the little imprint that's in that powder. And these blushes, you need a very little amount, and they last all day long. Like this, if I used this every single day, it would take me forever to get through it, because you use just a very little amount, and it really goes a long way. So again, I'm using a Wet n Wild brush, and this is the Wet n Wild blush brush. I love Wet n Wild brushes. I don't think that they're talked about enough. I have tons of other brushes, and these really tend to be the ones that I pull for. So as you can tell, I'm holding this brush way at the back here, just so that it's a very, very light, soft application. And I'm just putting that a little higher up on the cheek, and I'm starting at the back and kind of working my way forward, just kind of overlapping where I put a little bit of that sculpting shade. And then I also will bring this up here to the temple just a little bit. I think it brings the look together. So there we go. And then let's apply our highlighter. Now this, I'm using my favorite highlighting brush, which is from Luxie. And it's actually the Precision Foundation brush. But I have found that this applies highlighter amazing. So I'm going to dip in to a little bit of strobe and stunner. Okay. And I'm going to apply this right to my cheekbone. Now I don't really like stuff that leaves a streak on my face. I like something that blends in and just kind of looks like it's one with my skin. So I'm dipping back in, and I'm going to apply this to my brow bone here, and then right up above as well. And then a trick that I like to do, I like to just bring the highlight out right here and kind of connect basically from my brow down to like where we applied it on our cheekbone. I just think it brings it together. Oh yeah, look at that. You see, from this side to this side, I am really liking this. And it looks, like I said, it doesn't look, you know, too crazy. Okay, so I'm going to apply a little bit to the very, very tip of my nose, and I kind of like to do like this. I just think it helps bring that out. And then also to the upper bridge of my nose as well. Okay. Another place that I like to highlight is the Cupid's bow. And then the chin. And then with whatever's left on my brush, I just kind of blend it again all together. Alright. Alright guys, so I'm going to even up the sides of my face, and then I'll come back with just a final recap of what I think of this palette. So I'm back. I've done my brows. That was the only additional thing that I have done off camera because I have one more video to shoot today. But let's recap this palette, okay? I have went outside and I really wanted to get a good look at that micro glitter and see, you know, if it would be popping more in the sunshine, because inside it did look a little bit more subtle. Now outside I can clearly see that glitter, which I am not fond of. So I definitely would not use any of those 3 highlight shades on my face that did have that micro glitter. So this palette is $45. I will use all of the shades in here. The ones that I'm going to get the most use out of are Stunner, and then these 2 sculpting shades down here. These I will really just be using, you know, on my shoulders or my collarbone or something like that. Now, would I spend $45 on this? It's a Tarte palette. It would be good for travel because it is sturdy packaging. The cream contour shade is fantastic. It smells like vanilla. I do think I would spend 45 bucks on this. However, I would prefer to get it on sale, obviously. But I do think it's worth $45, especially if you don't mind the micro glitter. And it's nothing insane. I just, at my age, I don't tend to like to wear glitter on my face. But if you have no problems with that, and there's tons of people out there that don't, you would really love this palette because everything is very, you know, pigmented, creamy. It blends into the skin seamlessly. Like, I'm not hating this look at all. I quite like it. So yes, I do think overall it is worth 45 bucks for sure. I hope that you guys found this review helpful. If you have tried this palette, if you have any experiences with it, please leave that in the comments below. I'm sure, you know, the more information we can get out there about anything, the better, because, you know, my opinion is just based off of my preferences. So, I would love to know what you guys think of this, and I hope that you'll subscribe if you aren't already, and until next time, bye guys.